After dropping the series opener and getting shut out by the Cleveland Guardians, the Philadelphia Phillies won the next two to win their fifth consecutive series. They shut out the Guardians themselves. In yesterday's game on Sunday Night Baseball, nationally televised, they won 3-0 to get that win. They're on a 2-game winning streak. Like I said, 5 consecutive series. They're back on track. This is Phillies Daily. I'm Mike Kennelly. Make sure you guys subscribe for more Phillies content. Let's get this thing rolling today. So the biggest reason that the Phillies won that game yesterday, well, one of the biggest reasons is because of Kyle Schwarber. The Schwarbarian hit 2, not just 1, 2 Schwarbombs in yesterday's 3-0 win. He was pretty much their entire offense, obviously drove in all 3 runs. Schwarber first hit a solo shot in the second inning to make it a 1-0 game, and then in the 8th inning he came back up, runner on base, 2-run bomb to center field, 3-0. All the Phillies needed, like I said, they won 3-0 to get that series win. Kyle Schwarber is now up to 14 home runs in 2025. It's only May 12th. He is tied with New York Yankees superstar, sensational player Aaron Judge for the most home runs in Major League Baseball so far. And Schwarber, he is just 2 career home runs away from 300. He has 298 thanks to his 2 home runs last night. He is inching real close to a major milestone. So congrats to Kyle Schwarber. Hopefully he keeps it up. He obviously will. He is one of the top power hitters in Major League Baseball, and quite frankly, one of the best in probably Major League Baseball history, especially over the last couple years. He has just been on a dominant streak with these home runs. Speaking of streaks, not only is he hitting all these home runs, he is getting on base. Obviously, when you hit a home run, it counts as being on base, but he's also walking. He's getting other base hits. He has a 46-game on-base streak right now. That is now good for the 3rd longest streak in Philadelphia Phillies history. He is just close to 10, I would say. He is 10. He is 10 games away of being on base. For 10 more games, he will tie Mike Schmidt, the all-time great, the Hall of Fame third baseman. Mike Schmidt has the longest on-base streak in Philadelphia Phillies history at 56 games. Kyle Schwarber's at 46, so he's 10 away from that. He is a very, very long way away from the Major League Baseball record set by Ted Williams way back in 1949 with the Boston Red Sox. He reached base safely for 84 consecutive games. So Schwarber's got a long way to go for that, but he is now the 3rd longest streak in Phillies history and 10 away from tying Mike Schmidt's all-time record at 56 games, 11 from breaking it. Kyle Schwarber, he's going to be a free agent. The Phillies must extend this man. He is a leader. He is a team player. He's a guy you want in the clubhouse. He's a great power hitter. He can change the game in one swing of the bat, and he gets on base. So you really can't ask for much more from Kyle Schwarber. He's still just about 32 years old, I believe. So especially being a DH, he's got plenty of career ahead of him. And the Phillies need to get a deal done with Kyle Schwarber sooner rather than later. Give him the money he wants. He deserves it, and they need him. The other reason the Phillies won that game last night against Cleveland is because of Zach Wheeler. Zach Wheeler, the 2024 National League Cy Young runner-up, just lost to Chris Sale of the Atlanta Braves, but he is one of the best starting pitchers in all of Major League Baseball. He has been for a while now, and he took the mound for the Phillies last night, their ace on the mound, and he did not disappoint on national TV. Zach Wheeler went 7 innings, allowed just 3 hits, allowed 2 walks, obviously 0 runs, and he struck out 8 batters on a pretty good Cleveland Guardians lineup. He struck out 8 batters and allowed 0 runs in 7 innings. It was his first scoreless start of this season of 2025. A little shocking because obviously Zach Wheeler, like I said, is one of the best in the league. He had a few hiccups earlier in the season, but he's getting back on track. He has a 2.95 ERA now in 2025, sub 3. That's always great. He's got the 2nd most strikeouts in the majors at 74. He's just 1 behind the leader, which I believe is Mackenzie Gore of the Washington Nationals. So Zach Wheeler is getting back on track. Like I said, he had a few hiccups earlier in the season, but he is pitching lights out recently. And yesterday's outing was no different. He is an elite talent. He is a Cy Young favorite already. And he is the reason the Phillies have one of the top starting rotations in Major League Baseball. All credit in the world to Zach Wheeler. He's incredible. And, you can't really ask for much more from a guy. Speaking of not asking for much more than a guy, Jordan Romano, the Phillies offseason veteran acquisition in the bullpen, he stunk. I mean, there's not really any other way to say it. He stunk to start his Phillies career here in 2025 after signing on a 1-year, $8.5 million deal. From the Toronto Blue Jays, he was a 2-time All-Star closer with the Blue Jays. Last year, he dealt with injuries and barely played. He only pitched about 13 or so innings. But this year, as he came back from injury, relatively healthy from what he said. Should have been healthy, but he stunk to start the Phillies career. Just letting up runs, blowing games. His ERA was skyrocketed into like the 15, 16, 17s at one point. It was horrible. But Jordan Romano is turning things around, it seems like. After his dreadful start to the season, he has now 5 consecutive scoreless appearances out of the bullpen, including last night. He picked up the save in that 3-0 win against Cleveland. He went 1 inning in the 9th, obviously. 0 hits, 0 walks, had 2 strikeouts, and like I said, recorded the save. In those 5 previous appearances now that he's had of scoreless appearances, he's pitched 5 innings, allowed just 3 hits, 0 walks, 0 runs, and he has 5 strikeouts and 2 saves. So Jordan Romano, like I said, he is the Phillies fans wanted him on the first train ride, first plane ride, first bus ride, first whatever out of the city. But he's starting to turn things around. His ERA, when you just look at it, it's still pretty high at 8.79 now after yesterday's win. But it's a lot further lower, a lot further down, a lot more manageable than it was a couple weeks ago. And he's pitching a lot better. He's earning trust back there in the bullpen from Rob Thompson and the coaching staff. Hopefully he can keep that up because he could be a major, major piece for them in the bullpen. He's doing what they originally anticipated and expected out of him once they signed him, being an elite level closer. I'm not going to say he's an elite level closer right now, but he, like I said, 5 consecutive scoreless appearances. He's looking a lot better, has 2 saves in those 5 appearances. So, Jordan Romano, credit to you. You're getting back on track. Keep it up, buddy. You got this because they need you out there in the bullpen. It's been a struggle for the bullpen on a larger scale this season. So hopefully he can continue this streak. Obviously, he's not going to go scoreless the rest of the season, but as long as he's not blowing games and doing what he did for the majority of the season so far, good job. Keep it going. And another guy who's turning things around, I feel like I've been talking about him recently. Obviously, he struggled a lot earlier in the season. He struggled down the stretch last season and into the playoffs. He had the offseason trade rumors that he was dealing with. Alec Boehm, the Phillies all-star third baseman from a season ago. All-star starting third baseman, may I say, from a season ago. He, like I said, struggled. Fans were starting to turn on him, and it just wasn't pretty for Alec Boehm. But now, all of a sudden, he is one of the Phillies' hottest hitters, probably one of the hottest hitters in all of Major League Baseball right now. Alec Boehm has turned his season around for the Phillies. He is doing a lot better. In last night's game, he went 2 for 3 with a walk. He's on a 7-game hit streak now. And in that 7-game hitting streak, he has a 400 batting average, which is incredible. 400 batting average, 3 multi-hit games in that 7-game hit streak. He is doing great. He's got a 344 batting average in May so far. Like I said, we're at May 12th. So that is quite impressive. Quite the impressive turnaround from Alec Boehm at the plate. The Phillies need him because he is one of the more reliable hitters in the lineup when he's going good. He's a guy that makes contact. He's a guy that finds the gaps and hits some doubles, drives in runs. He's still batting at the bottom of the order after he was batting at the top-ish, middle-ish like he usually does. So hopefully he can continue this. They can bump him back up to his usual spot in the order, and he can continue to drive in runs like he did last year and the year before. His batting average was as low as 150 back on April 13th. So just about a calendar month ago, he was down to 150, and now he's up to 248 after last night's win in 2025. Still not a great batting average overall, but in a month span, he raised his batting average by just about 100 points, which is incredible. Like I said, incredible turnaround by Alec Boehm. The Phillies are rolling again. They host the St. Louis Cardinals now coming into town, so hopefully they can keep winning, win their sixth consecutive series. Let's keep this train rolling, guys. I'm Mike Hentley. This was Phillies Daily. Like, comment, share, subscribe for more. I appreciate y'all. Go Phils!